The Crit Show contains elements of horror, fantasy violence, and adult language. Content warnings can be found in the episode description. I went to a Brazilian steakhouse for the first time, which I know is something you guys love.
Congratulations.
Nice.
Thanks.
Which one?
It was in Greenwood. I feel like it just opened recently. It's by Bonefish Grill.
I'm not aware.
Yeah. It makes me uncomfortable because I don't want to have to accept or deny someone's offering that many times in a meal. Like, it makes me feel, I don't know why, but I'm just like, no, thank you. No, thank you. Just like, and where you can feel them approaching. And there's like 10 of them waiting in line to come talk to you.
Do they not have the special card that says no more?
They do. They do.
You mean like but I don't want this. I only want sirloin.
Yeah.
Or whatever. Yeah.
I always get just like I get very chummy with them about it. Like when the chicken guy walks up and is like, bacon wrapped chicken. I'm like, don't bring me anything that's not a red meat. And like, wink. And he's like, oh, okay. Yes, sir. And then they just leave me alone with that bullshit.
Nice. Is it the same person that comes to your table?
I mean, there seems to be a person in charge of each type of meat.
Okay.
So, like, when the chicken guy comes up and I'm like, miss me with that shit, but in a fun way, then the chicken guy isn't coming back because he knows I told him that I don't want chicken.
He knows that he doesn't have to waste the time with us.
Yeah, it sounds way more hostile than it really is.
I mean, it's the closest we are ever going to get to royalty.
Yeah.
Like, to be able to be like, no, continue on your way.
I don't need your chicken.
Is this sirloin or is this cinnamon pineapple? If it's one of those, yes. If not, get out of my face.
Yeah.
Aw, Jake, is your wasp sting still hurting?
Yeah. Yeah, speaking of...
He's just like investigating his hand as he's talking about steak.
I got stung by a wasp today.
Oh.
And it doesn't hurt, but it is changing color.
Oh, no.
Which seems worrisome.
Yeah, he came into the bedroom. I was still in bed because I don't get out of bed as early. But he came in and he's like, got stung by a wasp. And I was like, what? He goes, yeah, I was trying to trim back the like scraggly branches on the hedges out front so I could get to the window, and a wasp jumped out and attacked me. And so I went out there to clean some of the rest of them up. And I was like, all right, you watch out for wasps, in like a joking way. I don't know why a joking way. Like, this is proven to have happened. But I started like doing the hedges, and he's like, oh shit, there's 2 of them right there. And I like backed up, and they were so mean looking and they were so angry. And I was like, I guess they live here. I was like, wait, why are we scared? This is our house. Like, they're not paying rent.
They're way more aggressive about their tenantship than you are.
I haven't heard anything since it jumped out and attacked him. like a ninja.
They got legs. Yeah, that's what it was like.
It is shockingly accurate. Like, it didn't like fly out and like
Circle
make its
around.
presence known and then fucking dive bomb. Like, I was cutting near the bush and it was on the edge of the bush. It must have gone directly from bush to stinging my hand and then to the air because I didn't fucking see it. Like, I was watching and then I was just like, ow, what? Like, I thought like a rock kicked up from the hedge trimmer somehow. I was like, what the fuck just hit me? And then I looked and I was like, what is that little spot? Ow, fuck, this hurts. And I looked up and there's a wasp just like in my face, like pointing its eyes in my eyes. Like, you're on thin ice, man. Get away from my house.
Are you allergic to wasp stings?
I mean, I don't think so.
Okay.
I feel like this would be a lot worse if I was. I went inside and grabbed it. Are you guys familiar with the device called the bug bite thing?
No.
It's the proper noun name of this tool. But it's something for like mosquito bites where like it's basically like a little plunger. And you like put it over a bite and you kind of pull on it and it like pulls out whatever went into you with the bite. Like, it just kind of, so I went and grabbed that and like put this on the wasp sting and I think it helped a lot. Huh. But I think if I was allergic, I would have been in the ER by now.
Yeah. Maybe you're allergic to the plastic the bug bite thing is made of.
Maybe.
So, Tass, what's new with you?
A certain food chain has meals that you can get, joyful meals.
No, you can't. You can't say meals because that's part of it.
Joyful
Dishes.
And a little part of the treat that you can get with it is a mix between Ninja Turtles and Hello Kitty. And I got the little Leonardo kitty, and it's the cutest thing.
What's the copyright safe version of mixing Hello Kitty and Ninja Turtles, if you had to tell us that?
Greetings, cat tortoises.
Greetings.
You're like, this is the meeting.
This is how you address me now.
Greetings, cat
Greetings,
tortoises.
cat tortoises. Greetings.
Greetings.
Let us commence. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Critshow, where we are playing the Clockwinders. I am the lead cat tortoise, Jake. So we need a different group of artists to name ourselves for. Oh, I'm sorry. Does somebody actually have thoughts on that? Yes, Megan.
I'll be Banksy.
And so whenever there's like a crime and the rest of us show up, nobody ever sees you. But somehow the work gets done. Last time, Einon chased down a wraith that had been sent to attack the town of Edge River as a fail-safe plan from Sevna. Managed to duel it, but not before it seemed to wreak a little bit of havoc within the town, but he managed to fell it and identified it as Commodore Jenkins, somebody who had held Fort Utrecht in the wars. While Kade and Maxine managed to fight back and incapacitate Doris, who had sprung herself upon them, leaving them with 3 incapacitated, powerful ether users at the site of this just devastated movement core, which they, rather than repairing, as is their charge, plan to make even worse. And I think that is where we find ourselves right now.
Yeah, so I will set to work trying to basically destroy this in a way where the feed of ether is no longer pouring out of it.
Okay, so I think how we'll do this, I think there needs to be, as there often is, an element of digging into this to figure out what you need to do and then the actual action of doing it. I feel like the first part, we might be creating an advantage, investigating, figuring out what the mechanics are of what you are trying to shut off or cap off for now. So why don't you roll to create an advantage with investigate? And I think you're trying to beat a 4.
Is this something we can do together?
Yes, absolutely. If we want to make this a teamwork, then whoever has the higher investigate can roll it and take a +1 from the other person.
I believe that is Maxine.
Okay.
So roll your investigate +1 for Kade's assistance.
4.
Do you want to invoke anything to turn it into a full success?
Yes. I would like to maybe invoke leave it to the professionals. Like, the only reason that I'm okay with this is knowing that we are the people to repair it if it is further destroyed. And so, like, our dismantling of it gives us the best odds of repairing it to its proper state.
Okay. So that would get you to the full success. You could invoke something else to make this advantage have 2 free invokes instead of 1. Because I imagine this is a persistent truth. So if the idea is to come back and fix it later, it might be helpful to still have that free invoke living on it.
Yeah, I will invoke the Mechanist. I think that as these pieces start to become exposed and like the core workings of it and stuff, it just starts to make more and more sense.
Okay. So that is a success with style. This will be a new aspect because this is your like new knowledge or understanding of this thing with 2 free invokes. I'm going to say let's call this fluid dynamics because I feel like this represents like how the ether flow works and your knowledge of how to change the ether flow rather than like the more specific duties of the movement core.
Oh, so more fluid, not gas. Because I was thinking like gastric like bypass or something like that.
Yeah, I mean, ether's probably more gaseous. It's just a sciencey term I could think of.
If it is fluid, I have to reimagine every scene we've done.
It's like a plasma.
Yeah.
There we go.
Plasma dynamics.
That sounds like you're website company.
I was going to say, like, yeah, well, welcome to my new company, Plasma Dynamics. Here, we're on the cutting edge of whatever bullshit this comic book needs to be true. Okay, so you've got 2 free invokes. Why don't you roll to overcome with crafts, which for you will be burglary instead, yes?
Yeah.
I've got a proposal for you.
I thought you'd never ask.
Oh, these are great.
I don't have a ring. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Here, you can have mine.
Oh.
Because I imagine, mechanically, fair being fair, that if you can screw this up, theoretically somebody else could repair it, right? Like,
Yeah.
if you want to name the target number, it's the target number somebody else would have to hit to fix this. Like, I'll let you say how hard this is to do because it would be just as hard for anybody else to undo.
Anybody else or anybody with clockwinder training?
Anybody narratively who stood a chance to begin with.
Okay.
Like, they're not going to have the aspects you have. They're not going to be able to invoke the things that you can invoke necessarily. So, I mean, no rando is going to walk in here and just be like, a +4, huh? Well, don't mind if I do, and just repair it. But, like, if Sevna fucking came back and was like, I'm going to put my mind to getting this back where it was, like, she'd be working towards the same difficulty, probably a little higher difficulty, because I think it's harder to fix a thing than to break a thing.
Yeah. And what's the scale?
A +8 is a legendary difficulty, and that is the top of the scale.
8.
I mean, you still got at least 2 fate points right now that you could invoke to get it higher if you needed to.
Yeah. And these 2 free invokes.
It'll be hilarious because we have absolutely not had a legendary difficulty anything so far. It would be hilarious if this was the hardest thing any of you has ever done in your life just to break the shit out of this thing.
I mean, I think that's justifiable. It's easy to break something. It's difficult to break something in a way that you know that it can be repaired.
Yeah.
Okay, wait a minute, though. Before you make this decision, make it an 8.
8. 8.
All right.
I don't feel that I can contribute to the chant. I think it would be biased.
You might have to help me with this.
No, it's all on you.
Solo 8.
Yeah, fuck it. We ball.
Let's go!
Okay.
Yeah.
Roll to overcome with crafts or with burglary.
Whatever.
All right, so I'm at a 5.
Okay, let's go.
So I think I will take one of the fluid dynamics.
Okay. To get you to a 7. Still a failure. Catastrophic.
And I noticed what's out of place.
Okay. So one of your free invokes and another one of your fate points gone.
Look at how easy that was.
Yeah, you break the dickens out of this thing. So yeah, tell me how. Tell me what this looks like. How does this manifest?
I think that what makes it so difficult if you don't know what you're looking at is that I have taken a small piece off of Smee, and it's something that he still has control over. Like, it's something real small, just like a piston. And it is the linchpin that is holding all of this stuff to make it look like it is rubble that has caved in so that you can't get through it. Someone would have to find that frequency to trigger his pull mechanism. That's why it's so hard. But if I could come back, get him to trigger it, that will drop out and all of the rubble will clear, making it an open path again.
Okay. All right. So the Fort Utrecht movement core is +9 broken. Well done.
+9 broken.
Same.
Yeah.
Yep.
We're all thinking it.
Legendary.
Jake is +9 broken. We're all thinking it.
Legendary broken.
So this is going to take a not insubstantial amount of time. Maxine, are you doing anything in particular while Kade is working on this?
I'm going to collect some of those damaged books from the library.
Okay. What are you looking for? Like, to what end?
I've had this thought in my head about potentially using aether to repair them, and I don't know that it's possible, but I think I want to have them with me in case I decide to try. So I don't think I'm like making a big deal about it, but I'm just going to take like 2 or 3 of them and like carefully wrap them in a scarf and put them in my bag.
Okay. So this doesn't sound to me like something that necessitates a roll right now. You're just collecting a handful of tattered books.
Otherwise, I think I want to check everyone's pockets while they're unconscious.
Okay. What are you hoping to find? Is there anything in particular that you're looking for?
I'm thinking, like, if there's anything that, like, amplifies their ether ability, or, I mean, really, whatever Sevna feels like is important enough to keep on her person, to keep safe.
Okay. Weirdly, I think this is going to be a lore roll.
I love that.
For reasons that will become more evident. So why don't you overcome with lore? I mean, based on what you all have dealt with and observed and stuff so far or already, I think you're trying to beat like a 3.
4.
Okay. So I don't think you find like spell components or anything on them. And you guys have watched them utilize ether, and they haven't pulled reagents out of a pouch or anything. You haven't had any reason to believe that would be the case. You do find an ether quartz in Sevna's possession. It seems like it is the one from this core, or one of the ones from this core, that she had scavenged out of it. And beyond that, the contents are sort of mundane. They've got some currency, they've got some rations, just, like the same kind of shit you guys have. But I think that in trying to think of like what's so important that they would keep it on their person, what you notice are the extremely faint lines of tattoos on all of their arms, which you guys have seen alight when they were using ether before. And they seem to be tattooed in like relative proportion to their rank in this. Like you can see that Vaughn has very faint lines of tattooing of these kind of spiral patterns around both of his wrists, whereas Doris has them going like up to the elbows, whereas Sevna has like full sleeves. And, they're flesh colored right now. They're unconscious. They're not utilizing anything. They're hard to notice right now. But when they are wielding their ether, they sort of glow the green of ether. That seems to be like what is most important, and that it's so important that they don't just keep it on their person. They made it part of their person. That this is something fundamental about how they utilize ether.
Does it look like something that they did to themselves? Like, is this a tattoo that they gave themselves to boost ether use, or is this a side effect from using the ether? Is this like a Moana kind of thing?
It looks like it's a little bit of both. I think that the, what's the word I'm looking for? Like the stem, the base of these patterns sort of resembles the ether bolts that you've seen Doris cast. Like just this sort of branching pattern that it looks like they have manipulated, like they have further tattooed into more of like a spiral pattern, something more elegant and less sharp-edged. So I think you get the impression that this is something that just like over time and overuse is just going to start happening. Like if you use ether, these marks will start appearing on you, but they have leaned into that. They have manipulated it to help them like basically steer it, to be able to better guide and harness the ether.
Does it look, this is just me painting in my mind's eye, does it look like the lines that appeared on Einon when I infused him with magic?
A little bit. I imagine that like when, like all of his veins kind of pulsed green, that like on a particularly deep inhale, you might have noticed that like it kind of spread out from his veins over his skin a little bit, but like retracted back in when he breathed out. But yeah, it had sort of the pattern of like the ether bolts, like the ether lightning. It was so small scale on Einon.
Yeah.
I'll take that ether quartz back over to Kade. Hey, how's it going?
Not too bad. I'm just kind of getting to the point where I'm going to have to start making it look like a cave-in.
Okay, well, a couple of things that I found. One, Sevna had this ether quartz in her pocket, and I think it's the one that came from here.
Oh.
I just remembered something. Didn't Vaughn or Doris say that they were at the Hologi Forges to get ether quartz for Sevna? She tasked them with bringing them back to her?
Yeah.
I wonder is that just her way of shutting more down, or does she need these for something?
Oh. Does it seem like it's any different than the ones that we've seen, either replaced or anything?
No, it's pretty much the same, but I would say whatever you're doing here, breaking this, caving it in, make sure all the quartz are out.
Okay.
The other thing is, I was looking at their tattoos. Have you ever seen the skin on somebody who's been struck by lightning?
And like Kade looks at his own skin. No, not real lightning.
Well, sometimes with real lightning, it leaves a branching pattern on the skin, and I think that's similar to what is happening with them using ether so much. And they all have the same kind of base around their wrists. It is like that branching lightning, and then it turns into spirals, and they have different levels of complexity, with Sevna's being the most. I think they're doing that part to themselves.
Oh. Kade stops what he's doing and like pulls his gloves down past his wrist to see if there's anything there.
I do the same.
Yeah, Kade, I think ever so slightly, like ever so dully present, you do see a little bit of like kind of a lightning pattern around your wrists, like kind of extending from your wrist a little bit up like the back of your hand and just a little bit up your forearm. And it could be covered by a bracelet, and it's functionally invisible right now.
Oh, hey, that's kind of worrisome.
I rush over and like grab his hand, look at his wrist. Oh no. Okay. Does this hurt? Do you feel like sick or weak or anything?
No.
Oh boy. Okay. Well, that's good. Let's keep an eye on this.
Okay.
And yeah, I want to look at my own wrists. I know that I haven't been using it as much as Kade, but I know that there have been times where I've used it intentionally or not.
I don't think you spot any such patterns on yourself.
I let out a huge sigh of relief. Oh, I'm clear. Okay, good. Not that anything's wrong, I think, with you. Maybe, like I said, let's just keep an eye on it. I mean, if I had it too, it'd probably be just as fine as it is that you have it. But now we have a control.
Oh, someone taught me this when you get like a rash. I'm going to pull out a pocket knife, and I'm going to scrape all the hair away on my arm and like the back of my hand so that there's no hair in the area that is covered right now, so I can tell if it gets bigger.
Oh, okay.
Because I don't imagine magic markers exist.
That's very clever. All right.
The blade just irritates it and it gets worse.
The pattern appears on the blade. What the hell?
I thought this was about to be some sort of like leeching, like you're like, oh, I've got an idea.
Someone taught me this.
I learned about this in doctor school, and you just cut open, and you're like, here, take some of my blood. It'll fix you.
This is what happens when you get bit by a snake. Here, suck it out.
You just got to get rid of the bad blood.
Yeah, come here. Help me balance my humors. All right. So with you two investigating and working, let's jump back over to Einon. So Einon, the chaos is ebbing in town. People are gathering around, but they are calming down to some degree. You do still hear some like shouting, though, some sounds of panic. It seems like within one of the buildings that you saw the wraith pass through.
Yeah, I had in mind to go see what in the hell it had accomplished in there anyway, so I think I'm sprinting that way.
All right. Yeah, you run over there. It is a residence. The entrance is similar to Gideon's house, but not nearly as swanky. But you can hear the shouting, the bit of panic, calls for help from inside. And as you enter, you see that it's just, this place is devastated inside. It looks like a bull in a china shop went through here. Just everything's broken. Everything is cast asunder. And I mean, you watched that dude pass in and out of a wall, and he wasn't like flailing his arms around or anything, but somehow just in making his way through this, everything has been fucking destroyed.
Huh.
And there is a pair of people in here, one of whom has clearly been like thrown against a wall hard. You can see like the impact in the wall, and this person kind of laying, not crumpled, but clearly like wounded and in pain, and the other person like crouching over them, who is the one that has been shouting for help.
I crouched down with them. What did it do to you? Are you all right?
God, it was like a tornado went through. It just, I don't know, I got caught up in its field or something and just threw me across the room. I think my legs are broken.
All right, I'm going to get you to a doctor in town. I don't know where they are, though, so I might need a little assistance that way. Just hold on tight. And like I look around for like anything, like a tablecloth or a belt or just anything to like put in their mouth. Just bite down on this and hold on. I'll get you there as fast as I can.
Okay. I don't think this necessitates a roll in any form. You get them prepped for travel with just the things around. Their partner assists you. They provide you what you need, what you ask for, and they run out with you, kind of guiding you towards the doctor in town.
I'm also keeping an ear out. Obviously this thing kind of made a little path through some of these buildings, so I'm like trying to gauge, okay, I've got to check that one, I've got to check that one, and so I, get them where we're going, assuring them the whole way it's no longer a threat. I'm so sorry. I was unable to get ahead of it.
They kind of brush right past that. Like it's like it's in one ear and out the other. They are just so concerned with what has happened and what is going on that your part in it doesn't even register to them.
Sure. Fair.
But yeah, you get them situated. The doctors ask for a brief, like the doctor's office is a little bit more inland, for lack of a better word. It's closer to the heart of town, farther from the river. So they, are asking what happened. We heard commotion. We've heard people screaming, like this person's injured. What the fuck went down out there?
I fill them in. There was a wraith. It made its way into town. The witch at the fort sent it, but it has been dealt with, and so has she.
There is a bit of a murmur of like hesitation at that, like kind of apprehension, but people's moods seem a little bit hopeful off of that statement, but they take this patient and hurry them away for treatment. And you're able to go back over towards the river and check in on the other structures you'd seen the wraith pass through. You find that inside they are all in the same condition. They are all just destroyed, all of the materials within. A couple of them had people inside, but they fared better. They are hurt, maybe lightly injured, but not like immobile like that person was. It seems like he just caught the worst of it. Some of them were empty of folks, so it is all just materials damage.
I leave notes on any of those buildings. So sorry, clockwinders will help, etc.
And I think as you are like heading out of the last one, somebody rushes forward from like the crowd that's kind of milling around here.
I immediately throw them to the ground.
And the knife clatters out of their hand and across the street. No, they say, so they're done? We don't have to worry about them at the fort anymore?
One way or another, you will not have to worry about them. We have them in custody, and we're trying to decide what to do with them. Either way, I will do my best to come back here and report once the team has decided. There was, at the point that I left, one of the witches, one of the apprentices, left. There's a chance that we'll have to deal with her. And I describe her to, like, everyone close. Be wary if you notice this person. Some of them have a great capacity for mind control and even hiding who they are, illusions. I likely don't have to tell all of you. You've lived close enough and likely have had to deal with it. But at least be safe knowing that they are just people. Aether users, yes, but as you can see, I am not. And with only a bow was I able to destroy one of her constructs. If any of these things ever attack you again, all you have to do is face it. You don't even have to be brave. Bravery is standing up and working together anyway for the good of each other. And you can do that. I did it on my own. You can certainly do it together.
Do you have rapport?
Why, yes, I do.
Why don't you roll to create an advantage with rapport?
Okay.
Trying to beat a 3.
Okay. It is a 3.
Do you want to invoke anything to bump it up to a success? This is going to be creating a new advantage. So on a tie, you would get a boost off of this, which obviously is very fleeting.
8.
And for your edification, I'm inclined to call this emboldened populace. I think just your words have inspired something in them, and they will be a little bit more unafraid moving forward.
This is kind of a loose thing, but like I really feel like I'm riding my team player. Like obviously I'm by myself right now, but showing the importance of trusting each other and themselves is what can get them there, I think.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead and spend your fate point.
Okay.
That'll bump it up to a full success, so it will have 1 free invoke on it. So go ahead and make note of that aspect somewhere. So, with the battle zone assessed and attended to, what are you doing next?
I think, just making sure that everybody's aware of what's going on. I heave a sigh looking back towards Fort Utrecht and just kind of call out as I make my way to the river. Dave! Get a harness.
Okay. Yeah, as you are leaving, people are like thanking you. They're like giving you gifts. Like, somebody hands you like a basket of bread and somebody hands you some candies. They're like, please take this treat. Take my child.
Oh,
take
goodness.
this.
Yes, all right.
Take these ads.
Yes. Oh. Thank you.
So, Einon hops a ride on one of Rad Dave's zipline tours back across the river and heads back to the fort. On your approach, I think you notice that those couple of wraiths are stationed once again where you had initially seen them. One kind of manning a wider perimeter. Is there anything you do differently with regards to them other than just sneaking past them again?
Part of me wants to just go ahead and take them out. That's dangerous. I know. I think at least the first one, I'm just like, I'm not riding that ether juiced state anymore, I don't think. But I think it's important to get rid of these so that the town is even more safe. I think I attack the first one.
Okay. How does this start?
I mean, best I can possibly do to ambush this thing. I want to get a good shot or multiple shots, just, having sneaked up on one.
All right, let's start with a contested stealth versus notice here.
Okay. 2.
Got a 3 on the notice.
Damn.
Yeah.
God, I probably shouldn't use this, but I'm gonna go ahead and do experienced hunter.
Okay. You manage to sneak up and get a hit in before it is aware of you. Is it with your bow?
Yeah.
At range? Okay. So that is a 1 shift hit. You will mark 1 physical stress. And then it is this wraith's turn, and it's going to rush in your direction and try to swipe at you.
Okay. I'm gonna roll out the way.
Got a 1 on his fight.
Ooh, okay.
Pretty bad.
Also pretty bad, but luckily my athletics are very high, so that's a 3.
Okay. You defend. You take no damage. I'm going to pass the initiative back to myself, so the wraith gets to go again. Got a 4 on his fight this time.
Damn, all right. 6.
What are you defending with?
Just still rolling out of the way. Just
Athletics?
Yep, just backing up, watching for the swipes, rolling under it.
All right, yeah, I don't think I'm going to spend anything. You successfully defend. It is your turn.
All right, I'm going to pop up behind him and put an arrow through the back of its wraithly head.
Going to try to evade that.
He ain't going to do shit.
Probably not.
7.
Yeah, I mean, that'll bypass a 2.
Yes, use all of your points before we go deal with Sevna. Yes.
My points are per encounter. You don't.
Yeah.
Your points are per
damn it.
session. My points are per encounter. But I don't think I'm going to bother to invoke anything. I think the writing's on the wall that you're gonna take out this wraith. And with that attack, it is less than his total capacity, but it will require me to mark all of his remaining boxes, which will still put him out of the fight. So just like with the Commodore, you fire a couple more arrows, you see them pierce and kind of crack start to spread until its shell is breached, and you see it just kind of liquidate all of this ether out of its form and just fall as a husk to the ground.
Rest well, traveler. And on to the next. I think I want to take out the third one as well.
All right. Do you want to try and start a sneaky again?
Yes, I do.
Let's stealth versus notice.
3.
Also 3.
Wow.
Let's treat that as a tie on a defense. So you will gain a boost, but do no damage here.
Okay.
But it'll be his turn. He's going to try to pap you with a 3.
Math is hard. 5 to roll out of his way again.
Man, see, I feel like I'd be bullshitting to try and invoke multiple of his aspects. I don't feel like all the aspects are relevant to hitting you, but if I only invoke one, I can't catch you either way. So I don't think I'm going to bother.
Okay.
So he's going to pass it off to himself again, though. Take another swing with a 4 on fight.
Oh my God. 7.
Okay. Yep. He's swinging at you left and right, and you are just bobbing and weaving, evading, and it's your turn.
I'm going to, roll backwards, kip back up, and nail him with an arrow.
Okay.
Just huge numbers. I love my shoot. 6.
To a -1.
No.
That literally, again, that is like, it's less than his capacity, but I have to mark all of the boxes. So just in that one, he's out of commission. You fire an arrow, and he's like, ah! No!
Oh.
No! What happened to my brothers? Oh, man.
I'm a good wraith.
Oh, I'm chill, man. You didn't have to do this to me.
Paul, come help
Paul,
me.
help.
Where's Paul?
Where's Paul? My dad.
Plop, 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 plop.
Paul, get out of here. Trying to do battle.
You hurt my baby.
I shoot Paul.
Arrow passes right through him
Yep.
like a ghost.
And he becomes 10 stories tall.
Invulnerable.
God.
Then a new health bar appears that says Tall Paul. No, all right, all of the ether.
But all of the... but it's just his arms that
Yeah,
grow.
all the-
He's not tall, but his knuckles are still on the
A
ground.
very tiny target up there.
Yeah, all the ether vaporizes out of this one as well, and its husk hits the ground.
I kind of stand there for a minute, just looking around, like looking back the way I'd come. I really can't fathom why anyone was scared of these at all. And I'll hustle.
Not everybody's got a plus 11 to shoot. Not everyone has shoot, period. Or
true.
fight. All right, you head back inside the grounds, and I think as you get closer to the center, you hear like the sounds of tinkering. You hear metal on metal. You know that Kade is at work. And as you approach, you see that the two of them are deep into the workings of this movement core, and the 3 ether users are still bound and unconscious in the courtyard outside.
Oh, well done on Doris.
Oh, you made it back.
Yes,
How's the town? How did it go?
there were some injuries, but no fatalities. He tore up quite a few buildings, but she said that there were 3 wraiths, and now there are no longer 3 wraiths.
Oh, did you dispose of all of them?
I believe so. They certainly dissipated, and if they can form again somehow, I'm unaware of it.
Repetate?
Yes, if they repetate, then we have a problem.
Why am I hungry all of a sudden? Okay, Einon, so right now, Kade is breaking the movement core.
Oh, why?
Well, because Sevna broke it down so that it would leak more ether and she could draw in this place as a fountain of power. And, well, we can't stop that. If we fix the movement core, she's just going to break it again. And with all 3 of them here, we thought it would be best to deactivate this movement core, and then she won't want to be here anymore because it's of no use to her. So then we could come back and fix it, or, well, Kade had the idea of maybe going outside of the belt and finding one of the other movement cores.
Yeah, the stuff that it's doing, basically it does need 6 to keep doing what it's supposed to do, or 5 working at like an increased capacity.
Oh. So, remind me, this one you're breaking, but in a way that it is possible to fix again?
Yeah.
So would it be possible for her, as a former clockwinder, to fix it again?
Yeah. But I hopefully have set it up in a way where there's not going to be anything coming out of it. And so hopefully the amount of work it would take won't be worth the effort.
Also, this one's specifically not just Clockwinder broken, but Kade broken.
Yeah. Like a 9 broken.
Like a +9 broken movement core.
And then my nose starts to bleed.
Well, that certainly works for me. The question remains, what do we do with them?
Well, the other thought that we had with this was if we take them with us to a certain point and drop them off like we did before with Sevna, she would want to return here because she thinks it's this great place of power and the place that she's set up home. But if she doesn't know that it's broken, she'll want to come back here and then find out that it is useless. And that would buy us the entire time it takes her to journey here, as well as whatever plan she comes up with to find a new fountain of power.
Yes, it certainly does buy us time, but if this encounter has taught me anything, it's that she is driven. She is going to remain a problem.
That's another conversation we had. It's not just to buy us time to fix the other movement cores. It's to do some research and see if there's a way that we can cut her off from ether use.
Oh.
Yeah, Maxine had this idea that, like, she and I can both use ether. I'm doing it intentionally, and she's just kind of doing it reactively. That maybe we could somehow remove their ability to do it intentionally. The way that, like, I got hit by that lightning and like it kind of opened up my channel. Maybe we can close off their channel.
A noble pursuit. I had never considered that might be possible.
Well, unfortunately, we don't know if it is, but that's part of the buying the time. We've got a lot of traveling left to do, unfortunately. We have to make it all the way to Carcadia Freehold and to Cloudgate Mountains to be able to reach the other two. And then back here if we want to fix this one or figure out how to travel either Nightside or Sunward to find another movement core to get up to 6.
Oh, I vote Nightside. I just adore the cold.
Do we have a guess as to how long it'll take us to get to wherever hopefully the train is parked?
It was a more roundabout path for the train to get close to here. Obviously, there are tracks close enough for it to have mattered to have them along the paths of the cores. So it just depends on how long it took Keen to figure out the mechanics of driving it. And we also don't know if the tracks here, I haven't stumbled across them yet, whether they're even working.
Ah, shit.
Because if they're not working, we can't take the train much further, can we?
Well, and I just realized we just shut this whole thing down.
Yes.
And...
Oh no, the tracks.
Yes.
Oh.
Huh.
I've got a couple more things to discuss or ideas to run past you. I don't know how she'll receive them. Well, I'll certainly know how she'll receive one of them. We did not want to jail her before, but I think going all the way back to Sun's Edge might actually prove to be one of our better courses. If we can keep them subdued for long enough, it might no longer be a problem. Also, I considered making her an offer. She wants ether. What if I offered to assist her in going to the Fey world?
Wait, you know how to get to the Fey world?
No,
Oh.
but it's possible for them to come here. Only stands to reason that a door is a door.
But just because they're able to exist here does not mean that you'll be able to exist over there.
That is correct. It's a gamble.
I mean, it might be worth asking because you wouldn't even necessarily have to go if you could, get her to the door and through, because at least by her belief, she'd be able to survive no matter what the environment is, because there's ether.
Exactly. Anyway, just a thought. If we aren't able to continue along the tracks as we had before, then that plan is going to be quite a bit more tedious to tug them along on foot before we release them. Or we may be lucky and the tracks will work anyway. I don't know.
Well, compared to the other movement cores, we are still very close to the forges. So perhaps the ether output from there is enough to keep the tracks going this far. If we were to take the tracks further south, we'd hit Cloudgate eventually, but that means we'd have to traverse the mountains. Maybe the movement core here at Fort Utrecht is meant to power the southward direction more. I mean, obviously this is all hypothetical and we need to get back to the train to find out, but I'd say there's a good chance. Also, Kade, I know you're busy right now and you're already trying to figure something out, but do you think it would be possible to give the train a boost with some ether quartz, if necessary?
Yeah, that's what I was wondering, if there's a way to maybe adjust the train so that it does the things that the track was doing, like clearing an area around it and stuff like that, even making its own power to go in case the tracks we come across aren't powered. It's totally possible. Yeah, give me a little bit of time.
I want to pull out the map and take a look and see if I can figure out hypothetically what direction the tracks should be in from here if they are in usable condition.
The tracks should be coming in a little bit south and sunward from here. You guys had just realized that in order to clear some geography, they had kind of had to bow out and loop back. And that was the slowdown. That was why the train would take longer than the river. So, yeah, they aren't far. Less than an hour, probably, south and sunward of here on foot.
Okay, I think I can tell where the train should be if it's made it here. Kade, why don't you keep working on this? And Einon, if you want to keep an eye on them, I can start making the trek that way and see what I can find out.
Okay.
You should no longer have any wraiths to deal with, so it should be safer.
I was just going to ask that. Like, you're sure that was all the wraiths, right? And you got them good?
I am sure that they are destroyed. I am not sure that she only had 3, merely that she sent what she said was the 3 that she had. So Whether that was misleading or not, I don't know. Either way, you may have to deal with Paul.
Smee, go with Maxine.
Oh, yeah, Smee, do you want to go on an adventure through the woods with me? Cool. I'll climb up on Smee.
All right. So you are going to locate the tracks and however far the train has made it?
Yep.
And the two of you are hanging back here?
Yeah, I'm going to finish up this job.
I'm going to watch the ether troop like a hawk.
Maxine and Smee, you depart on your adventure towards the train. Einon, I think it's not too long after they leave that you notice Sevna seems like she is starting to rouse, kind of fidgeting and making noise, and it seems like she's kind of noticing that she's bound.
Good morning, darling.
You son of a bitch.
Me?
You sound surprised.
Well, yes, I am. It's not like I destroyed a bunch of your property and then broke your legs.
Well, you did barge into my home and knock me unconscious.
Yes.
Well, all right, then I don't know that you're in any position to high road me right now.
I'm amazed she remembers her name because I think she's been, since we've gotten here, been knocked unconscious 3 times.
That's what I'm hoping for in this conversation is that I bring up ether and she's like, what's ether? And I'm like, oh, perfect.
Who are you? I'm a humble baker.
What were the Wraith's instructions? What were they exactly?
She sighs. They were to go to Edge River, wreak havoc, cause panic, instill destruction, and draw you away.
Would they have killed people?
If they did, it would have been incidental.
I'm not sure you have any idea how much I want to believe you when you say that.
She shrugs. I don't know how to prove it to you. Seeing as it seems fairly clear that my life is in your hands, I suppose there's an equal chance that it's the truth as not, isn't there?
Yes.
Well, if only there was a way for you to reach inside my brain.
We don't all have that gift, unfortunately. You're singular in that.
I tell you what, if you let me, I could prove it to you.
I know you can't tell, but I am smirking a bit at the thought of whatever horrible thing you might do to prove it.
Well, you felt my touch inside your mind before. I could re-establish that bond between us. There would be no secrets. Well, maybe some secrets, but that wouldn't be among them.
As much as my curiosity begs me to give in, we both know that's far too dangerous.
I don't know, Tass. What sort of adventuring scholar would balk at this opportunity to delve into the unknown and learn new truths?
I don't know. I think the kind that has very viscerally experienced how this goes wrong before and used against my team, of which I'm a team player.
Yeah. Here's the problem, though. I am compelling you, and you have no fate points left.
Yeah.
But you'll get one. You'll get one for taking this.
I don't have a way to say no.
I don't think you do. Yeah, here, take that.
I mean,
That's
I
for you.
literally mechanically can't.
She says, go on. Slip off the blindfold. Let's learn about each other. You can't see it, but I'm winking. It's hidden under here, but I'm winking over and over again.
I slip off her blindfold.
She gazes into your eyes, and you feel that peculiar sensation come over you. And you're sort of looking at her through this green haze. But beyond that, everything feels pretty bog standard. And she says, now go on, dive in. Am I telling you the truth?
I look for the truth.
And you wade into her mind, and you kind of read these surface thoughts, and they validate what she is saying. She is being honest with you.
As soon as I know, I backpedal mentally as fast as I can.
Yeah, why don't you roll to overcome with will?
Oh, goody.
Trying to beat a 3.
Oh, God. 1.
You've got Kade in the area. Kade, you think there's any way that you could help? Any invocations? Any way you could spend your points to bump Einon?
Are you even aware of this?
That's what I'm wondering.
Because it's happening outside and you're...
I mean,
oh my gosh.
I feel like you're probably not, but I was open to being convinced.
You got to understand, I'm down here working on a legendary success.
Yeah, that's true. You're preoccupied.
Yep.
Yeah, like if it was in the same room, I would probably overhear it. But since they are out in the courtyard...
Fair. Okay. Yeah, Einon, you try to pull yourself away, and, you know, that haze doesn't clear, and she's gazing into your eyes, and you feel this, like, compulsion to lean down towards her. And as you get closer, she just leans forward and she kisses you. And then she sits back and that haze clears from behind your eyes.
I think I literally fall back, like, onto my ass. Oh, yes. Well, we both know you could have gotten yourself out of this. Why didn't you?
She again kind of like shrugs and frowns a little bit. Well, it seems evident to me that you all are more capable than I may have given you credit for once upon a time, and that you are not going to cease being a fly in my ointment. So I suppose we could just say that it seems more in my interest to play ball.
I am relieved to hear that, and apologize for this. And I put the blindfold back on her.
Oh, come now.
I would love to, Dolly.
And on that tragedy...
I think that's the one thing Kade does here. He's like, what the fuck?
Yeah. What is going on out there?
Gross.
I think we'll leave it off for this week. Thanks, everybody, for joining us for another episode of The Crit Show. If you are interested in more information about the Clockwinders or Fate as a system, you can find that information in the episode description. Check out our Patreon for loads of additional content. That is patreon.com/thecritshow. For just $1, you can get access to the most aggressively welcoming Discord on the internet. And as a patron, you can get your name read at the end of an episode, just like Icon Jade. Thank you. And thanks to all of you for joining us once again. Tune in next time for more adventures of the Clockwinders. Tass is forbidden from speaking, but the other two of you should say goodbye.
Tass says bye.
Goodbye.
The Crit Show is a Critshow Studios production, edited and produced by Brandon Wentz, with music by Jake Purley. You can find more information about us at thecritshowpodcast.com. To keep up to date with upcoming live shows, contests, and other special events, follow us at The Crit Show on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. For even more weekly content, join us at patreon.com/thecritshow.